Hey, good morning, folks. What's going on? Uh, Today, I want to actually do Alexandria fragrance series. As you guys know, I have been doing a lot of Alexandria fragrances. On most part, I was doing at first full bottle ones. Then I was doing official samples. Few days back, you saw me. I was doing review from one of my brothers. He lent me this one. He gave me about seven or eight. I forgot exactly how many, but this was the sampler set from Alexandria. So that one I did review all of them, and I gave them based on my liking. Today what I have here with me, I have another sampler set, same like that one, but this one we have about six samples. So the six samples, I never tried them before. This is the first time, like, I have been owning, not owning, I've been having them for about week plus. Just before I got sick, I think I got them on 9th of May. So my very dear brother, Dr. Jeffrey, I have to mention this guy's name today. Usually I do not mention his name. He is sort of my guardian angel. uh, I have made a lot of friends through fragrance community, but I hardly could find like people who are always concerned about me, my health, my well-being. Like, there are some people who just constantly surrounding you, checking up on you. Even like every 5-10 minutes I would get a message, how am I doing, update on my health. So this guy always, I take him as my brother. That's the best way I can put it. He's more than a brother. So he lends me his fragrances, and he buys fragrances for me to review, because he feels like, he feels happy, right? So he gave me this time six fragrance samples from Alexandria, and I'm gonna show you. I wanted to do this like in two parts, three. So I wanted to give them more time on each, but then I thought, like, no, actually, based on the preference that I have, I do not I do not have a lot to say about most of the fragrances. The last couple or last three, those are the special ones. Those I'm gonna spend a little bit more time on. But the ones that I try, they're all usually like Alexandria fragrance. Always more or less decent fragrances. They make very good clones or interpretations, and they have very good oil concentration. They last a very long time. So their presentation, they come in like this 30 ml and 60 ml bottle sizes. Okay, so you get two bottle size options. Prices vary from 35 to $55, around that price range. Okay, and they give you sometimes a pouch or a box depending on what fragrance you purchase. So without wasting further time, let me go one by one, and I'll put down the name also in the description box according to the order. I will start from my least favorite to my more favorite, and I'll tell you which one or ones are full bottle worthy. Okay, not all of them are full bottle worthy. They are sample worthy. Okay, so first of all, we'll go with this fragrance. It's called Black Tie Affair. These are all official samples. Sorry, my hand is shaking a little bit because they just injected the thing, the last one for the day. So the Black Tie Affair, this fragrance, it's a clone of Tuxedo by YSL. Tuxedo is one of their more YSL's more premium line. It costs a little bit more money. I think it's cost about $300 or so. Very expensive perfume. I think sniffed that one, or one of the clones of that fragrance. I liked it, but I just remembered that the DNA of Tuxedo did not really intrigue me that much. It's not like my favorite class of fragrance. So when I sniffed this one, why I'm starting with this number six, it smells nice. It's like it's pleasant, it's sweet. There is something warm about it. There's something classy about it. It's something that you wear in evening. It has that. It's a pretty nice fragrance. It's like something a Parfums de Marly house would release. It's a nice fragrance, it's a classy fragrance, but it kind of feels, to me, to my nose, this particular one, I don't know if real Tuxedo, how different that is to this, but I read people say this is pretty close to Tuxedo. So if this one smells like Tuxedo, it kind of gets me bored. So this fragrance did not excite me that much. It's like somewhere in the middle. It's safe, it's nice, and that's it. It's something not I'm going to purchase a full bottle of or rock like, immensely. No. So this is something I'm gonna call a pass. I'll give this 5 out of 10 for my liking. I'm just giving this based on smell, nothing to do with performance. Performance may be very, very good. Okay, so black tie affair, pass for me. It's a pass. Okay, number 5. Okay, number 5, I'm gonna go with the Godfather. Okay, it's a big name, the Godfather. So Godfather is an inspiration for, I think, Nasomatto Baraonda. I don't know how to say it properly. I think I'm saying it right. Baraonda. You know which one it is. So Baraonda, I think I saw the fragrance. They come in like very cute little 30 ml bottle. Like I like black Afghano. Their caps are huge. It looks very cute, but for the price, they give like 30 ml only. Even though perfume extract and whatever, extremely expensive fragrances. Okay, so I tried, I think, Pardon. I love Pardon a lot. Pardon remind me a little bit of my Liege at the back, Lance Tentegerland Extreme. That kind of suits my taste. This one, the Godfather, the Baraonda, whatever the DNA there is, it's working for people. This is delicious. To me, it smells like it's uh, it's just something not right about this fragrance. It's just very love it or hate it, daring kind of fragrance. And if you ask me which side would I pick, I would say no, not liking it. I'm not saying Baraonda is not nice or whatever because I'm not reviewing Baraonda. Remember that I'm reviewing the Alexandria version. So Alexandria version maybe is different than the Nasomatto, but for this particular one, I'm not gonna buy this or I'm not gonna be wearing this. So the Godfather, another pass for me. I'll give also 5 for this. Okay, so pass. Okay, so number 4, we're gonna go with fragrance called Sweet Smoke. Okay, it's called Sweet Smoke. So Sweet Smoke, I think it's what is it clone of? Wait, hold on, I forgot which one it actually clone of. Wait, yeah, sorry, I remember before I checked. I also just remember already. Sweet Smoke is a clone of Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille is a fragrance. I have history with it. I used to hate Tobacco Vanille like anything. Now I have, thanks to one of my brothers, Anand Mustafiz, he gifted me vintage version. I had about 7 ml left. I decanted it about like 3 ml left now. So this is the very first batch of Tobacco Vanille that I have. But when I sniffed it like last year, like um, like winter time, something happened with me. I think maybe my nose matured like from 2 years ago until now. I absolutely loved the combination of tobacco, cinnamon, and the vanilla in the Tobacco Vanille. And I really, really felt that it's a really sexy and beast mode fragrance. And Tuscan Leather was always my number 1 Tom Ford, but Tobacco Vanille became very close to number 2. Okay, so compared to that, Sweet Smoke didn't do badly at all. When you sniff it, it's not exactly like Tobacco Vanille. It has a little bit more presence of cinnamon perhaps, or a little bit more spices. It opens up more, little bit more boozy, maybe cognac like. It has a little bit more strength. It hits you in your nose. Maybe it's a little bit more tonka bean or something is added to it. It's a little bit more syrupy. It's a little bit more thicker. So the Tobacco Vanille, it's basically it's also sweet, but the amount of the punch, like when it hits you, this one hits you a lot more than the Tobacco Vanille, from my experience to my nose. On my skin, this fragrance also lasted a very long time. So this is a good clone. This is not bad at all. I like this one. So after passing on 2, this is actually a winner. So Tobacco Vanille, if you actually love, and you can get this for a fraction of a cost actually, to be honest, and you should get a sample, see if it works on you. You're not gonna get the exact same opening, but on the dry down, pretty much Tobacco Vanille is what you're gonna get. and fragrance oil concentration is very high, so performance won't be an issue. You easily will get about 8-9 hours push, right? So this one I am recommending. So this one I'm gonna give it 8 out of 10 solid. Okay, so this is called Sweet Smoke by Alexandria Fragrances. Okay, so 3 gone, last 3. So these last 3 are my favorites, I have to tell you, more so than the last 3. Okay, I mean the previous 3. Okay, so we go with number 3. We go with 1981. It's called 1981 X. Okay, so this is a clone of Naxos by Xerjoff. Naxos, yeah, basically Naxos. You know, if you know Naxos, that's the fragrance. Uh, it's inspired by tobacco, and if you know this fragrance, Pure Heaven, pretty close. You know, like Naxos and this one, pretty close. People like Havana cigar, kind of like sweet cherry tobacco kind of feel. Naxos does it a little bit more polished, you know, and Naxos is not as loud as Pure Heaven. Personally speaking, I prefer Pure Heaven. This is the vintage version that I have, 2010 version. I prefer this because this one gives you a lot more the cherry, lot more of that loudness, and it does last a little bit longer than Naxos on me. But this one, if you smell it, you know, Naxos, man, this one, it's gonna give you that beautiful honey. It has that honey, it does have that tobacco, leafy tobacco, and it's sweet, it's classy, it's almost like Cuban, you know, and it's very high class. You can dress it up, you can suit it up, no problem. Okay, so this fragrance, it's really good. I mean, Naxos is expensive. Naxos, if I'm not mistaken, it's around $200 plus for 100 ml bottle. Okay, which is not cheap. Compared to that, 55 to $60, whatever that costs for 60 ml, it's gonna serve you a long time. But once again, I'll tell you one thing. Always remember, a clone cannot be better than original. Always be mindful of the fact that you are getting what you're paying for. If you can afford Naxos and you like Naxos, buy Naxos. If you like Pure Heaven, you buy Pure Heaven. But if you want taste of Naxos but you cannot afford that, next best option perhaps this one, 1981 X by Alexandria Fragrances. Okay, so try it out. This is also very highly rated. I'll give it 8.5 out of 10. Okay. Okay, number 2. Number 2, we're gonna go with discontinued fragrance, probably I think from Tom Ford. That one is called Plum Japonais, and the basic idea of that fragrance is it's about plum. You know, I haven't had a lot of fragrances based on plum. I have Lacoste Purom, which has synthetic sort of plum, and I think there is Bond Number 9. One of the fragrances, it has the note of plum, but plum is a fragrance, like the note is pretty much like very unique and very rare in fragrances. So they try to forbidden plum, they try to copy that Plum Japonais from Tom Ford, and that's an unisex fragrance, by the way, right? So when I sniffed it, man, I love this. This is, if you hate cherry, this is nothing like cherry. You know, you might be sick of like, oh, cherry has cough syrups and that sort of feel. This fragrance doesn't have that. It reminds you of like actual, you know, like the fruit itself, you know. It is very plum like. Okay, and it's very sweet, it's ripe. Even if you're making something, like if you're baking with it or you're making like muffins, I don't know if you use muffins and you put plums in there, I don't know where do you use plum. Man, this smells really good. I really like this, and even the juice color is pretty eye-catching. This actually could be a full bottle worthy fragrance. If Tom Ford is super expensive and hard to find, you can definitely replace it. I am not saying I think this is exactly same with that, because I never smell that Tom Ford at all, but this one captured that plum smell very well. So this is my second favorite. Okay, behind the next one, which is gonna be perfect 10. Right? So forbidden plum, it's, I'll give it 9. Okay, this is getting better. And last but not least, I am going to show you the fragrance which I'm gonna buy a full bottle of. This fragrance is so good because if you are living in a tropical country, if you're living in a country, sun is right up there, humidity is there, you gotta get a free suntan even if you like it or not. If you live in this kind of areas, you actually could appreciate a lot more citrus. I'll show you. If you happen to love fragrances like Mugler Cologne, John Barbeto's Artisan Pure, if you like Bulgari Man Extreme, Mansera Lemon Lime, if you like Costa Azzurra, if you like Neroli Portofino 4711, you get the idea. Like those Neroli Petit Grain, kind of like Dior Cologne, those kind of fragrances, or even Guerlain L'Homme Cologne, this kind of fragrances, this is a fragrance you have to buy. Yeah, I said you have to buy. Why? Because this is a clone of Jardin Di Amalfi by Creed, which is a exclusive collection of Creed. Creed didn't release it as a regular collection. They released it only in 250, 350 ml and like big bottle sizes in like those jars, like you cannot spray them. So those are extremely expensive, but I heard so much good thing about those. So here we have this name. It's very difficult what Alexandria made, but I'm gonna try to read it. This is called Boschetti Della Costa, okay? Or maybe, I don't know, Boschetti Della Costa, okay? I'll put down the name, you can read it. This fragrance, when you smell it, you will be blown away. If you like Neo, if you like Uden, however you say it, those lines from Xerjoff, if you like Tom Ford, Costa Azzurra, those blue fragrances, Mediterranean, or you like anything that is like a Xenia special line, they have the upper class citrus. This is those. Yeah, some people will say to remind them of Mugler Cologne. It also reminds me a little bit of one of their creeds, original vetiver, but not as much vetiver in this one. This is pure citrus, pure joy, pure neroli, and there is petit grain. Man, when you spray it, it just makes you go like with this big smile because it smells so posh, it smells so fresh, and this is a 10. This is a full bottle worthy. This is a hidden gem. I don't know why people do not talk about it or never experienced it. I don't see any point. I never smelled the Creed one, but I'm not gonna buy the Creed. I'm gonna buy 2 bottles, 60 ml of this fragrance. I'll spray this. I think this fragrance has great performance too. Creed ones, I think I heard about, they get 3-4 hours. This fragrance lasts on me more than 5 hours. 2 hours of nice projection, but then after that, like agreeable projection. 5 hours, from a fragrance that from a Alexandria house, amazing. Okay, if you're lucky, inside the AC room, it will cover your whole working day. If you go like 3-4 sprays, okay, that good. Smell wise, unbelievable. Man, it's a little bit grassy as well. Like I get that fresh morning dew grass that Mugler tried to capture in his Mugler cologne. It's purity. It's just beautiful. It's that neroli flower. You can smell. You can smell those citruses, maybe some sort of florals, but it's just fresh. It's like everything. Life is so beautiful. Okay, there's nothing. This fragrance, someone would say offensive. Okay, so this fragrance is 10. Okay, so the name once again, Boschetti Della Costa. This is a clone of Jardin Di Amalfi by Creed. So those are today's 6 sample review. I know the video is a little bit long because I told you there are gonna be 6 fragrances. So I tried to give you my take. So hopefully it will help you. Everybody take care. Thanks once again, doctor, for lending me these bottles. Hopefully I'll get back into full form after recovering my health. And thanks for always watching and supporting. God bless all of you. Have a very nice day. Bye-bye.